was born where walls whispered survival. A city where everything was grey but people beautiful, if you looked closely. My father young, with hands that never knew rest. No instructions, no money, only a decision not to be poor. He wasn't a builder, but he built life. I watched how he came from late, smelling of dust and uncertainty. And my mom loved me in her own way. I learned to be needed. Not loved, needed. He said, "Don't fear zero, fear staying in it." Those words became bricks long before I knew I would build. At 18, I gave birth to a son. Then, a divorce. At 19, I almost dead. Kitchen, pills, cold tea. A body that decided to end everything. And silence, without judgment, without mercy. Then I woke up in the hospital. The doctor said, "Lucky." And I said no. They just extended my term. After death, fear doesn't come. Clarity does. To live means to act. Even when meaning is gone, from that day I stopped waiting to be saved. I chose to be the one who lifts. Myself, my son, others. I started as secretary. coffee, stamps, other people's decisions. Watched men discussing blueprints, as if they were discussing the fate of the world. Ten months later, I was signing contracts. Not because I was smart. Because I was attentive. I just wanted to understand how things work. Faster than life could hit. Workers told me boss, but I knew I was just the first not to run. That's when I learned that responsibility is. Construction, it's a rhythm. The sound of concrete.
Вот тут опуска, тут опуска.
Metal.
Тут, да?
Да.
Угу.
Получается, вот это полностью небольшая стенка с обратной стороны.
Угу.
Опуска.
Swearing. Laughter. All alive and honest. When I believed if you work honestly, the world will answer in kind. I was wrong. Eight project, contract numbers, confidence, then a mistake. Signature. My money, my reputation, my team, gone overnight. It boss, paper doesn't fit you. I paid them with my last money. Did what I could. Bought bread, milk, and time. One more week. I thought I fell. But it wasn't the end. It was a real straight test. Paper cuts deeper than knives. But hands that hold concrete can also heal. Since then I knew contracts protect the strong and weak rebuild from ashes. When it was all over, I was left in the soundless apartment. The phone was silent. As it too had ended the contract. Depression it's not a scream, it's a slow collapse. You move, but you don't leave. I picked up a brush, just not to think. Colors flowed on its own. The first stroke, like breath after drowning. Red, grey, white. Everything inside poured out. Pain didn't ask why. I just kept me alive. Then I realized I am an artist. Not because it's beautiful, because it's survival. Each work a trace of pain that was tamed. Do you know how war begins? First, an explosion seems like a fireworks. Then news and panic show you something wrong. Phones ring endlessly. And in that moment you understand who's truly close to you. There is no time to call them unimportant. Phones just won't stop. That morning, values completely changed. Sirens, panic, cold news. You look at your house and realize it's now a target. Backpack, documents, a few photos. You leave without saying goodbye. War doesn't wait for farewells. I remember a beautiful girl giving me a jar of homemade stew. Strange. Hunger isn't what you think of them. The man I loved most for 8 years died in the war. That's when I understood. Life can be lost fast, but dignity only by consent. Since then, I no longer consent. Poland, cold lines, papers, we are nobody again. Then the Netherlands, a bit of sun, a bit of hope. But God has His own plans. In Canada, more opportunities for art and life, I thought. I left for Canada. Toronto, expensive city, cheap kindness. My aunt said, "Work anywhere, just be stable." I said, if stability costs freedom, that's not life. A misunderstanding with the union, threats called reading law became a hobby. I won, not for money, for respect. When you stand before the system and only your child is behind you, you understand. Courage, it's not a scream. It's a silence that doesn't step back. Prince Edward Island, ocean, a man, my hope to love again. I got pregnant. And almost died again. It's a terrible feeling when a life inside you dies and you drown in your own blood. He was cold. I began losing myself living with him, so I left. Nowhere to go. I thought I would paint. But painting fits you poorly when you are an immigrant. Then came an offer. Restaurant renovation. I agreed. Built a team, 90% done. Almost finished. Contract, trap. They took the tools, lowered the price, broke the process, and went silent. No dialogue. Workers waited, and I stood before emptiness again. This time I didn't cry, just said no. If you lost everything and still stand, you are not broken. Just stripped down, left with a car. They took the tools. The voice remained. I started to write. One post, one brick. Stories flowed like a water through cracks. People began to speak. Each burst proves that silence no longer builds. I realized we are not victims. We are masters who were never given blueprints. And if a word becomes material, then truth is already a home. I no longer wait to be heard. I create space where all who build in silence are finally heard. I created this initiative to unite those who hold the world with their hands. Builders, artists, women, immigrants, and everyone unafraid to face the truth.
Beauty meets Fredericton. Huge thank you for Bluebird Studio. And this is Yana. Hello.
This is not about
They are
beauty.
support.
This is about action.
Hi, this is Protoy. I want to help Kateryna to grow her business to the most successful way.
About
Thank you,
those
and
who
thank you all the
rise
people for supporting her.
Hey guys, Francesco
When
here
others
from
stay
Francesco's No Frills.
silent.
I just want to thank Kateryna for doing an excellent job. She's starting her own company here in Fredericton, so I totally recommend it for other retailers as well. They've done an excellent job for us here at the store. So check out Kateryna. She's gonna be sharing her Instagram and Facebook, so you can get a hold of her. Fantastic prices, fantastic work. Totally recommend it.
Thank you so much.
If you are in pain, come. You will be heard. If you can help, stand beside us. Your strength matters. Man, be the ground when everything shakes. Woman, be the light when it's dark. Artist, show the beauty. Entrepreneur, invest in reality, not illusion. This is not a project, it's a movement. No politic, no noise, no fear. A home that will not fall. A home made of people.